right, we are live. I'm gonna see if if I can see my own video popping up on this page. Probably not. Yes, I do. Cool. So this is my second live Facebook video. I did one yesterday, and that time I sketched this side view right here. And in this video, I just thought, why not continue to fill out this paper and sketch this car in, let's say, 3/4 rear view right here, and then maybe we can do a front view here as well. So it looks like, I don't know if the image is too blurry for you, because on the screen it looks kind of blurry, but on the phone it looks okay. Just gonna put on some music. Alright, so how this is gonna work is, if you have any questions or anything like that you wanna ask during this video, just comment below this video. Just comment on this video, basically, because I see the comments and everything like that. So any questions you might have, feel free to ask it live. And also, if you could share this video, that would be awesome. I would really appreciate that. Alright, so let's get into it. Let's see. We did this yesterday. To fix, and that's kind of what I'm doing right now. For example, I think this hood is a bit too long. It might work, it could work, I guess, but it's really on this stretched out this way, but it's fine. I'm gonna add the same thing on this, around this disc brake in the front as well, and see if any more people are gonna jump on this video. We got 4 people right now, so welcome to you guys. Car right here, it's probably a V16 in here somewhere, and we're gonna create a 3/4 rear view out of this. You have a few ways of doing this. Let me just turn down the music just a little bit so I can hear myself. There we go. So you can either start by making just one line, and then you put out the axles on that line. Actually, I'm gonna do both ways, like simultaneously. Maybe that will be easier. So one way is just putting down the really matter right now. And then from about in the middle, since this is a front engine sports car, that means that the hood is pretty long, so we want to keep the greenhouse all the way back, and that means you can start around there, which is going to be right in the middle of this distance right here. And from here we can start creating the A-pillar. And the angle of this A-pillar is just it's up to you to experiment and kind of get a feel for what it helps with the symmetry of the design and also the perspective. So what else do we have? We have the shape of the side window. It goes something like this. And I'm gonna connect the bottom part of that window. we have an air intake right here, starting around at this point, and then it follows the baseline. So I'm gonna make it. And to get some depth in it. And one good way to show depth is to use a line weight. And by line weight I mean the different thickness of lines, and you want to keep the lines that are facing down, or all the lines that are in the shade. We can say that. So all the lines that are in the shade or facing towards the ground should be thicker than all the other lines. For example, we have this baseline right here. What else? We might want to add some line weight to this window here. Same thing here. This window is sitting inside of the body of the car, which means that the cut lines are going to be, I mean, you're going to have a shadow here, up here, since it goes in and then the window comes. So you have the C-pillar with the C-pillar thickness, and it's going to create an edge up here. So that's why I'm adding some line weight to that part. Some LED stuff going on in here. This is totally up to you what you want to do. It doesn't have to, it's not gonna follow any specific rule. The only rule is that you decide the rules, basically. So there are no rules for how LED lights is supposed to look like. I mean, that's totally up to you. You can get some inspiration by looking at photos or blogs or whatever. The reflections are going to be seen on this car. And then I fill in, I have my borders for the reflections made already. And then I want to keep my line shading inside of those borders. That can be a bit tricky to start with, but if you practice, you're gonna get a hang of it pretty fast. And the best highlight, especially if you're using a white paper, is to just leave the paper white, because it doesn't get whiter than that. So keep that in mind when you're sketching shiny objects, that you can use the whiteness of the paper as highlights. Just keep it clear from marker or big pen or whatever you're sketching with. It's too late because I wanted to have it in between the lights, so obviously it has to go here. But it's too late now anyway. It's gonna be annoying to look at it from now on, but there's nothing to do about it. Alright, so that was one way of sketching this car in a 3/4 rear view. I think I'm gonna make another video sketching it in a 3/4 front view using the other technique, because I want to see how this video turns out first. So again,